American theology became so individualistic that discipling nation began to mean winning individual souls or at most reaching people groups. How did this happen? Well, Protestant nations became stronger than Orthodox nations, Roman Catholic nations, because Martin Luther discovered individualism. His famous history-changing stand before the Diet of Worms. He's standing before the emperor. He's been summoned. The emperors asks, "Are these your books?" "Yes, Your Highness." "Are these the books by church fathers?" "Yes, Your Highness. I have read them and I have taught some of them." "Do your books contradict these books?" "Yes, Your Highness, they do." "So will you recant?" "If you don't, I have to declare you as a heretic," and that means, and Luther understands that means that any Christian can kill him, and for the act of killing a heretic, that Christian will go to heaven. This was Islamization of Christendom, Jacques Ellul's phrase. Luther asked for 24 hours to answer whether he will recant or not, and he spends the night in prayer and struggles with it and makes next day that historic statement which really begins the Reformation. He knows that he is choosing martyrdom, but he says that my conscience is captive to the Word of God, not to my culture, not to my church, and not to the emperor, but my conscience is captive to the Word of God. I'm not being stubborn. If you persuade me from scriptures and plain reasons, I will recant. But it is not right, not safe to go against one's conscience. Therefore, unless you persuade me that I'm wrong, just on the basis of your authority, you are asking me to change what I conscientiously believe is the truth reflected in these books, I cannot recant. So help me God. Now, that was an individual standing against an empire, standing against an emperor, standing against the church, standing against church fathers, standing against the whole culture. That was the birth of Western individualism.